Hey there, and welcome to the UkeStuff channel, and welcome to the tutorial video for the play-alongs of Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. And this video is going to be a little bit longer than most because it is available in two different keys for both GCEA and DGBE ukuleles. With that, there is some finger picking, and to get through that, it's going to be a little more tricky. Now, if you are interested, there are timestamps in the description below where you can jump to parts of the video that matter to you, that you want to learn about. Also, every new song here on the UkeStuff channel also is represented at ukestuff.info. So we have a partnership with them, and every new song I put out shows up there in the same way that it appears here on the video and in the play-alongs. Now, it is linked in the description below, or you can go to ukestuff.info and find it. Now, with that in mind, let's start with the chords that you need for GCEA ukulele, where we're talking about the key of D Dorian. And for the GCEA songs today, I'll be using one of my special ukuleles. This is my Koloha Opio Sapele ukulele. They don't make these anymore because they had some cracking issues, as this one does. I don't know if you'll be able to see that on the video, but I don't mind because I just love the instrument a lot. It's tenor scale, but it, again, tenor, soprano, and concert all sound the same, although it does have a low G on it. Now, there are 4 chords in the song. The first chord is D minor. The second chord is A minor. The third chord is C. And then the final chord is G. And those are the 4 chords you need with GCEA ukulele in the key of D Dorian. Now let's look at the chords you need for GCEA ukulele with E Dorian. There are 4 chords again. The first one is E minor. If you have trouble playing E minor, sometimes the books will show you that you need to use your pinky too. You don't, but I always put my first finger on the first string 2nd fret, and that's the pivot point for me. And then I add the other fingers to it. So it falls down just like a waterfall. 2nd finger goes on the 2nd string 3rd fret, 3rd finger goes on the 3rd string 4th fret, and that's your E minor chord. Then probably in this E Dorian mode would be the 2nd chord is the hardest, and that's the B minor chord. So what you want to do is bar, which means put your finger across all 4 strings at the 2nd fret, and then reach over with your 3rd finger and play the 4th string 4th fret. And that's your B minor chord. Now, a couple little tips about bar chords. First of all, if you're holding your ukulele right, you can pull against the ukulele with just one finger without even needing your thumb and get sort of that bar going. Then you can just brace with your thumb a little bit. Don't think clenching, but just balance. And then the other thing that I just recently heard, Craig Chi, actually, on one of his master classes he's been offering lately, talked about, think about putting the pressure right here on the 1st string side of the ukulele, because then you'll probably have enough pressure all across. So instead of trying to put the pressure here where you don't have much control, try closer to your hand, and that should help you with your bar chord. So that's the B minor chord. Then you have the D chord, however you want to play it, and then the A chord. And those are the 4 chords that you need on GCEA ukulele in the key of E Dorian. Now let's take a look at the chords you need for DGBE baritone ukulele with the key of D Dorian. I'll be using my mainland baritone ukulele that has a cedar top and rosewood back and sides. Now, there are 4 chords that you need in this key. The first one is the D minor chord. The 2nd chord is the A minor chord. The 3rd chord is the C chord. And the 4th chord is the G chord. And those are the 4 chords you need in D Dorian for DGBE baritone ukulele. Now let's take a look at the chords you need on DGBE baritone ukulele for the key of E Dorian. First chord is E minor. Then we have the B minor chord. Now, it's a little tricky to do. There are a couple ways to do it, but how I generally play it is I put my first finger on the 1st string 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the 2nd string 3rd fret, 3rd finger on the 3rd string 4th fret, and then my pinky on the 4th string 4th fret. And that's your B minor chord. Now you can play it without the pinky if you need to, but that low D often sounds weird in the inversion of this chord, so often you want to play it with your pinky to force that note to the D above the B rather than the D under the B. Then you have the D chord and then the A chord. And those are the 4 chords you need for DGBE baritone ukulele in the key of E Dorian. Now let's talk strumming and then picking for the song. We're just going to stay in the key of D Dorian for right now, and I'm just going to demonstrate it really quickly. I think an up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down pattern works really well. So you have your 4 chord progression. You could also just play the down strum of the first and then pick up the up, down, up, down. So I don't actually hear that as just plain straight across though. I hear accents on beat 2 and 4. So I would hear something like this with the strumming straight across. That's not really hard. It's just hitting an emphasis on 2 and 4, very slowly going down, up, 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 down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And if you didn't want to just do up downs all the time, you could also go down, down, up, down, up, down, up, but the emphasis being on 2 and 4. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Try it. 2, ready, go. And that would work really well too. And when it comes to strumming, I think that's what's going to work best for you most of the time in the song. You could play with chucking or whatever if you have those skills, but really the song doesn't call for it. It has just such a driving beat. And quite honestly, if there's a skill you're going to look at, this would be a great time to look at some tablature, which we're going to do next. Tablature is kind of tricky to some people. Basically, as you look at the lines, top line 2, 3, 4, that's like looking at string 1, 2, 3, 4 on the ukulele, or as you look down at the ukulele, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you would turn your ukulele towards you and look at it, that would be like tablature. If you turn it the right way. If you turn it the wrong way, it goes upside down, right? But if you turn it the other way, 1, 2, 3, 4, that looks like tablature. And the numbers tell you which fret you want to press down on. And it can be easy to lose track, so that's why if you're going to learn tablature, you take it slow. When I arrange these things, I'm always thinking of 2 things. Number 1 is I want to keep it within 12 frets because a lot of soprano ukuleles don't have more than 12 frets. And second, I've got to remember not everybody has low G. So I need to make sure that melodies work on the ukulele between frets 0 and 12 and that you don't have to have the low note to make them work. So that's what we're looking at here. We're going to start on the 2nd string. 2nd string is from the floor, 1, 2, at the 10th fret. All right? And you can play it probably with your 3rd finger. You're going to go 10, 10, then 8. If you have a mark, 10 is going to probably be on a mark, and 8 is going to be right under a mark. Some will have a mark up on 3, but 10 will be here, 8 will be here, then back to 10. Then you're going to jump to the 1st string, 7th fret, then open, then 8 again, and then you do that same sequence again. 10, 10, 8, 10, 7, open, 8. Then you go onto the 1st string, 10, 7, 2nd string, 10, 8. Then 10, 7, 10, 8 on the 2nd string, and then back to the 10 again. So if we take it really slowly, it's going to go like this. 10, 10, 8, 10, 7, open 8, 10, 10, 8, 10, 7, open 8. Then 10 on the first string. 7, 10, 8, 10, 7, 10, 8, 10. And that's that whole little line. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's your whole little melodic line in the key of D Dorian. Again, really quickly, a summary about tabs. If you're looking at tabs, it's like looking at your ukulele this way. Top line is string 1, second line is string 2, third line is string 3, fourth line is string 4, and then the numbers are what fret you press down. Now in the key of E Dorian, we start to get a little higher, and most of our work is on the first string, although we'll use the second string a little bit. So you're going to start with the 7th fret. And the 7th fret will generally have a mark on it. Will generally have a mark on the side if you have side marker dots. And I'm going to use my second finger with my left hand to do that. And I'll show you why in a second. So you'll play 2 7s in a row on that first string, then 5 with your first finger, back to the 7. Then you're going to play 9 either with your third finger if you can get stretch or your pinky. Then down to the 7 on the second string, and then to the 5th on the first. So that kind of jumps around a little bit. 7, 7, 5, 7, 9, then 7 on the second string, and then 5 again. So the second one is going to change a little bit. We're not going to land on 5 at the end. We're going to go 7, 10. 10 is another dot on it. So we'll do 7, 7, 5, 7, 9, 7, then jump up to 10. Then we're going to shift to 12 on the first string. Then 12, 10. 12, 9, 12, 10. 12, 9, 12, 10, 12. So then it's shifting to that 12. 12, 9, 12, 10. 12, 9, 12, 10, 12. Again, take it slow. You can get it. Now, all together, it's going to sound like this. And that's your main little theme that appears through the song on GCEA in E Dorian. Now let's take a look at the tablature you need on baritone DGBE ukulele in D Dorian. Remember the tablature as you read it, line 1 is like looking at string 1, line 2 is like looking at string 2, line 3 is like looking at string 3, line 4 is like looking at string 4, as if you're turning the ukulele towards you like this, and the numbers are what fret you push. So in D Dorian, we're going to be using strings 3, 2, and 1. Most of the work will be on strings 1 and 2. We're going to start on 2nd string, 3rd fret. I'm using my 3rd finger. And you're going to play 2 of those. 3, 3. Then you're going to play 1st fret on the 2nd string. Then you're going to play the 3rd fret again. Then an open 1st string. Then 3rd string, 2nd fret. Then 2nd string, 1st fret. So this is what this sounds like. 3, 3, 1, 3, open, 2, 1. It's kind of nice because it stays all in that same general area of your fingers. Then we're going to jump around some strings. We're going to go 1st string 3, 1st string open, 2nd string 3, 2nd string 1. Then end on the 3 again. Let's try that whole thing a little slowly. 1, 2, ready, go. 3, 3, 1, 3, open, 2, 1, 3, 3, 1, 3, open, 2, 1, 3, open, 3, 1, 3, open, 3, 1, 3. And that's that whole little riff. Full tempo. that's that little riff that appears throughout the song on DGBE baritone ukulele in the key of D Dorian. Okay, let's take a look at this little bit of tablature on baritone ukulele, DGBE, in the key of E Dorian. Remember with tablature, it's like looking at your ukulele this way. String 1 is the top line, string 2 is the next line, string 3 is the next line, string 4 is the next line, and the numbers are the frets you're pushing down. So it's going to start on an open first string. Then second string, third fret. Then back up to first string. So it sounds like this. The next thing after those notes is going to be the first string, second fret. Then open, second string. Third fret, second string. All right, let's do that much. A 1, 2, ready, go. Open, open, 3, open, 2, open, 3. Try it again. 2, ready, go. And by the way, I'm plucking all these just with my thumb. It doesn't have to be fancy. You could use fingers 1, 2 for strings 2 and 1 if you wanted to. You could do that like this. And that's just alternating 1 and 2. It doesn't really matter as long as you play the right notes. Now, the little walking thing down starts on the 5th fret. Use your pinky. 5, 2, open, 3. 5, 2, open, 3, and then back to open. Now, let's try the whole thing slow. A 1, 2, ready, go. Happens again. Now let's take it full tempo. A 1, 2, ready, go. And that's the little riff that you play throughout the song on DGBE baritone ukulele. All right, in closing, if that tablature is really hard for you, don't worry about it. You can strum through it without playing the tablature. If you want to focus on the tablature, there's lots of things you can do. Take it apart slowly. There's a little gear icon. I think it's on this side in YouTube videos where you can click that and slow things down and follow along. You can hit pause and just look at the screen of the notes and just practice it until you have it, and your ear will help you. You might ask why I'm not just doing everything on one string, and the answer there is that it's easier actually to keep your hand in one position rather than jumping up and down the fretboard all the time. And I already mentioned earlier in the video that, again, I'm trying to keep things between frets 1 and 12 and trying to avoid the 4th string because some people have low G, other people don't. All right, practice it, you'll have it. For sure, the chords themselves, having a nice 4-chord song is kind of fun. So thanks for watching the video. Hopefully it's helpful, and we'll be back with more content soon.